helping make your life easier. Moms Every Day.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Moms Every Day. I'm Katie Wilson. Today I'm joined by Bentley with St. Mary's Medical Center. Always nice to have you.
Thank you. It's always good to be here.
Yeah, so we're talking about a few things today.
Yes.
The first one, you've been on here talking about it in the past. Always good to remind people, and that is your wellness blood profile.
Yes.
Let's talk about that.
Because we only do this 4 times a year, so we want to make sure that everybody knows when we're doing them. And right now in the month of April, they're going on. They'll go on until April 30th. And for people who aren't familiar, that's 29 tests for $25. No, you don't get poked 29 times.
That's good to know.
But 29 tests, things like glucose, cholesterol, all of the important blood work. And then there's a couple extra tests you can throw in for some additional money. And so, $25 for anybody who knows, the lab work can be really expensive.
Yeah.
So you don't need a doctor's order for this. All you have to do is walk in and register 7 to 10 a.m. Outpatient Center in Huntington, lab in Ironton. We only ask that you need to be fasting, so no food or drink after midnight before you come in and get the profile. But that's something really special, and and they send it right to the doctor that you want, and it really, I like to say that it really gives you a profile of your wellness and where you're at and your numbers, which are very important to know.
And it could be so useful to figure out maybe what's going on.
And you can really sit down with your physician and say, okay, here's where we're at. What do we do now? So make sure people take advantage of those if you're needing blood work right now.
Absolutely. Okay, second thing, there's a program for high schoolers that are interested in the medical field. I think this is really cool. So do you want to tell us about that?
Sure. So it's the Health Professions Academy, and it's been going on for a while at St. Mary's, but I think that maybe not as many people out there know about it as we'd like. It is for 10th and 11th graders, and this year it's June 4th and 5th, but the applications are being accepted right now, and the deadline for that application is May the 1st, and so you can go on our website, st-marys.org, just click on Careers in Education, and then click on Center for Education, and you can fill out that application. And you say, well, what will they do? Well, they'll spend 2 days with some really hands-on. If they're interested in the medical field, they'll get to work with the simulation mannequins that actually simulate, a heart attack or something else going on, and they'll be right there to see how that works. They always simulate a trauma situation, so you can find out, with the ambulance and everything, so they can find out how, EMS and how the hospital, works together, respiratory care, medical imaging, all of these things. So for lack of a better adjective, it's really cool.
Yeah.
So it's really cool for high school students that are interested in the medical field. So again, that deadline for that application, May the 1st. So go to the website, st-marys.org, if your student is interested, and fill out that application. We'd love to have them.
And so many people struggle, some high schoolers, with what exactly they want to do with. Just testing that out, getting some real experience to see what it's like. I'm sure that's so useful.
It is, and they have a great time, but they learn too, and that's really the important thing.
Awesome. Okay, so I want to touch on the last thing that you wanted to talk about. Relay for Life is coming up. I know many of you guys are familiar with that, but many people aren't familiar with what comes right before that, the Survivors Dinner.
Sure, absolutely, and we're hosting that dinner this year. But yes, Relay for Life of the Tri-Counties is coming up. That's Cabell County, Wayne County, Lawrence County in Ohio, and so that's coming up, I should say, Friday, May 17th at 6 p.m. at Ritter Park. Before that, yes, the Survivor Dinner, and we're actually hosting that at the St. Mary's Conference Center this year. We're thrilled to be hosting that. And it's May the 2nd at 6 p.m. It's open to all cancer survivors, and each survivor can bring one guest. And it's not too late to RSVP, but they do need to know by next Monday, April 29th, if you're coming. And so the phone number is 304-347-5899, and we have that on our website so that you can look and you can see that number that you need to RSVP, or you can look them up on Facebook, Relay for Life, Tri-Counties, West Virginia, and RSVP to that dinner. But it's a special evening because you get to be with other cancer survivors and really hear their stories, and it's also good when they bring their guests, because in most cases they're bringing their caregiver that was with them through their cancer journey. And Relay for Life is such a special event too for people who've never been. And so the dinner is kind of a good prelude to that. You know, we're celebrating with the survivors, but then we're also getting things wrapped up for Relay for Life when it comes on the 17th at Ritter Park, and that should be a nice evening.
Okay, and does that cost money?
No, it does not. It is that the dinner is free to survivors, so just make sure you RSVP before next Monday.
Awesome. Okay, well, lots of things to look forward to. Thanks again, Angela, for being on here. We always love to have you. And guys, thanks for tuning in, and have a great day.